Nittany Lion Roar with Extreme Panda here, and the new year is upon us, so I thought it would be the perfect time to speculate on which heroes might get buffs. Now, I already did a video on which heroes are in danger of being nerfed. I really don't think Empires and Puzzles likes to nerf heroes because of how bad it feels, but I do think they're more likely to buff heroes. So there are a number of underpowered heroes still in this game, ones that are in some dire need of help. They're coming out with costumes, which I think is going to help with that. But if they're going to provide a buff to some of the base heroes or event heroes that are in need of them, here's a list of ones that I think are most likely to get the buffs. At number 5 on our list, we have Thorne. And Thorne's problem is that he's not strong or fast enough. And they've already buffed him a couple of times to try and make him stronger and better, but he's still not quite there. He is better than a number of heroes when he used to be pretty much the worst hero. So he is a little bit better now, but I think the solution for him is an ability that would increase mana for the caster and nearby heroes after he goes off. I think that would be really cool because that would make him a little bit faster, but without having to change the mana speed here at all. And I think his damage is pretty good by now, 480% damage to the target, minor damage to the nearby enemies, but his attack stat is still a bit low. So I think the Paladin class has helped toughen him up a little bit, so he sticks around. He's almost there, but I think he's still in need of a little buff or second ability. I actually believe Guardian Kong is a little bit underrated, but he does have a problem, and that's that his defense is too low, and it's lacking effect. And really, you can only use Guardian Kong with a hero like Wilbur, because Wilbur, makes the opposing team share damage and lowers their defense, so then Guardian comes in and cleans up. But otherwise, Guardian Kong's not all that useful in other settings. Not useful against Titans, not really useful on his own, on a team if you're going like 4-1 or even 3-2 if he's one of the two. Just really can't pair him like that. So I think the solution would simply be to add a red defense debuff to his special. Because that all allies getting 94% defense against ice is really not doing anything. We don't have a 5-star red defense debuffer, so why not Guardian Kong? That kind of fits with the Guardians of Teltalk, so I like that as an idea. Could you imagine if Guardian Kong goes off once and decreases the red defense of the whole enemy team, and then Guardian Kong goes off again? That would be really cool. He'd clean up. That might be a little bit too strong, but I don't know. I kind of like that. I think that would be a great way to buff Guardian Kong. Horghall. Oh, Horghall. Horghall, who's sort of like Zaleen, but way worse. Like, why is Zaleen fast and Horghall is slow? I mean, they both lower the attack of the enemy, but Zaleen even comes with this dispelling ability that Horghall doesn't come with. Horghall's defense is low, Horghall's attack is low. He's just got all kinds of problems here. So what I think they need to do is either make him do more than just lowering attack, or increasing the attack, or some mix thereof. I fully believe that a slow hero, when the slow hero goes off, should pretty much end the game. You wait forever for the slow hero to go off, so once the slow hero goes off, I think there should be little or no ability to really recover from that. So what kind of ability do I think they should add? Well, I think Horghall would be really cool with the taunt ability. Taunt means, whenever he's got the taunt ability up, you can't really use special skills on the other heroes. You can only aim it at him. So he would kind of soak up some damage, which I think would be kind of cool. Or, if they don't have the stomach to add a second ability to Horghall, at least increase his attack. When he goes off, he should be dealing a higher percent, and his attack stat should probably be a little higher too. Next up, we have Margaret, and her problem is she basically does nothing. She might hold off an attacking team a little bit, but she is not aggressive enough. And if you have her on your attack team, she might protect your team a little bit, but she's not advancing your board at all. So what I think the solution is for Margaret is she needs to do some direct damage, or she needs to heal, and perhaps like a healing over time. So first of all, If she were a little more aggressive, that would be nice. If she's doing some direct damage to opposing enemies, perhaps the whole team or a target in nearby heroes or something like that, that would make her a little bit more useful. If she were doing a little bit of damage, nickel and diming the opposing team while she's protecting your own team, that would be really nice. Or at least healing your team so that not only is the opposing heroes, not only are they having difficulty attacking your heroes, but you're healing too. So that would make Margaret a lot better. Lastly, we have Khagan, who I believe is probably the worst hero in the game. His problem is he's too slow, and he's got a low attack. That 320% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Now his attack stat's not terribly low, but he just doesn't do a lot of damage after, taking forever to go off. That's such little damage. And somebody please explain to me, why is he slow? He's got kind of a low defense too, so he's not really going off. He's not really going off, and then he dies and he doesn't go off. And even when he does go off, he doesn't really kill anybody. And, sure, your nearby allies get plus 63% defense, but, then they're just kind of like sticking around a little bit longer, not doing anything. So I think the solution for Khagan is add an ability to that where the nearby heroes and him share damage, and that can't be dispelled, because I think all of those effects in the game so far, like with Wilbur and Aegir, they can be dispelled. But it'd be really nice if Khagan's going to be slow to have this devastating ability where now they're sharing damage and it can't be dispelled. That ability might not even bring Khagan up to a point at which you see him often, but at least it would help a little bit. He wouldn't... You never see Khagan. There's once in a while somebody uses him because it's like they're only 5-star red, but my personal opinion, this is the #1 hero in the new year that needs to be buffed. And that's my buff watch list for 2020. I'm sure there are a lot of other heroes that could be on this list, or perhaps you have opinions about. In fact, I bet you there's probably a lot of opinions about this one, so feel free to comment. Let me know what you think, who needs a buff, what kind of buff should the heroes I talked about get. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.